welcome back, podcasters. Today we're continuing on the Super Rugby squad best 23 previews before that kicks off in a week or so. So today we're going to run through the Chiefs, Blues, and Moana Pasifika best 23s for the season. That sound good to you, Willie?
Yeah, no, sounds pretty good to me, mate.
Sweet. But I've got one fan mail first. You don't have any, eh?
No, no.
Sweet. So it's just a quick one from Tamati and Tokoroa. He says, Hey guys, I quite like your podcast. Are you going to run a NRL fantasy comp for the NRL season? Cheers. Do you want to respond to that, Willie?
Yeah, man, think we might have to dual wield and get a Super Rugby one and a NRL one going at the same time because I'd hate um for like yourself to be
Tamati.
left
It was
disappointed. Yeah,
Tamati.
Tamati to be disappointed, or like even who are the other ones? We've had Sione who wrote in
Yeah,
about our dumb takes. I'm sure he'll be real good at
yeah,
fantasy. So like just to keep
yeah,
those people happy, you know.
yeah. Yeah, you're Sephora in Southland as well. He messaged in
Yeah,
about leagues. I think he'd be keen. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll definitely be running a both an NRL and a Super Rugby paid league, $20 entry. Yeah, 70% to the winner, 30% to the runner up for all you guys that are interested. But yeah, we'll get to the NRL one like closer to the time before that starts. We'll kind of stick with the Super Rugby at the moment. So, do you want to run through your Chiefs 23, Willie?
Yeah, I'd love to. My favourite team, the Chiefs. So starting with the front row, Aiden Ross, Taukei'aho, unless he's injured.
I
If
think he'll
he
check.
is injured, you reckon he'll be, yeah.
Yeah,
Um, then in the front row, Josh Lord, Turbo Vi, Benal, Jacobson, and there's no Satiti, is he? He's
no,
injured,
he's
so it'll
gone.
be I reckon they'll probably go with Boshier. Boshier at 8, as much as that
Yeah,
cringes me out. What are your thoughts on that forward pack? Anything you'd change?
yeah. I mean, their props are a weird one. They kind of changed a bit between Dyer as well. Who did you say at three? Do you have Dyer?
Yeah, Dyer at 3.
Oh, you did have three. Dyer,
Yeah.
yeah, and there was
And O'Neill, Ruben
yeah,
O'Neill.
Ruben O'Neill sometimes, but then they will probably go Dyer. That was what they did last year, and then
Yeah.
locks is a hard one because they've actually got real good locks. I can see them starting Natora Akoi
McCoy.
potentially
Yeah.
over Josh Lord, but Josh Lord and Tupou obviously they're All Blacks, so yeah, you'd probably
Yeah.
expect them to go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the loose trio is interesting now with Satiti out.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
they've got a few young guys that they kind of rate like Malachi Rampling and that.
Michael Rampling. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
Boshia's been pretty
agreed.
good. No, he's been pretty good last few years, so I think they'll probably do that. Yeah,
Yeah. No, agreed. Then backline, Ratimer picks himself, McKenzie. That's pretty solid 9-10. The start of the season anyway, well, they got no Sean Stevenson for the first 3 rounds, do they? Because
yeah,
he's in Japan, playing Pokemon or something like that. So I think that might mean that Atene Nanai might go to the back, so that could bring Coombs Fabelin onto the wing.
yeah.
That's or Daniel is it Daniel Rona? One
Mm,
of those two. But then midfield, Quintapia, Leonard Brown, and then Ebony Narua on the other wing. So yeah, that's my back line. What do you?
yeah. They had Satura at fullback a bit last year too. So yeah, they'll do that. Yeah, Rona's a weird one because they did play him on the wing quite a bit last year, but I don't know if he's that good on the wing. He's good in the midfield and they need him in the midfield, but yeah, they've got some good options out there. I think they'll probably go. Yeah, I don't know actually. They might. Yeah, they
Mm,
might do him and obviously Nuttawa. Yeah, I'll
yeah.
just take it from you, man. I'll go with what you said.
Yeah,
What
no,
you
thanks. Yeah, yeah, I'm calling the shots over here. Call me
yeah,
Clayton McMillan. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sounds good. Reserves, either McAllister or Bradley Slater, depending on if Tucker is injured. Then Ollie Norris, Ruben O'Neill, props. Like you say, Arkoi probably could start, but with Lord and Vi in front of him, you'd think he's probably on the bench. Then like you say, Malachi Rampling as well, to get a shot now that Satiti's out, kind of just move one up the picking order. Xavier Rowe, Josh Jacob, and then put Rona on the bench in 23.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. Yeah, Rona's good 23 because he can kind of cover a lot of positions. Yeah, Jacob's a hard one to fire. He'd start at like any other team outside of the Chiefs and Blues at the moment. It's
Yeah,
actually a shame, and they've got Caleb Trask as well. So like fire
yeah,
out.
exactly.
You got the Landers, Canes, and Crusaders that can't just try and
Screaming.
save themselves, and then the
Yeah,
Chiefs and Blues have like three each. But anyway,
yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely squealing out for a first five.
yeah, no, hard to disagree with that. Before I do Moana Pacifica, did I mention the beanie? My beanie that
No.
I'm wearing. No, I didn't mention it,
Oh,
eh? So just for
no,
the
no, no.
community, yeah, just for your community back at home. I'm not trying to copy Willie in London. My hairstyle's an absolute disgrace today, so I've just got to chuck the beanie on to try and
Mm.
yeah, minimize the harm.
Yeah,
Um,
nice. I'm guessing it's probably not like 0 degrees there. Just trying to
no, it's
copy
not.
me.
It's not.
Oh,
No,
okay,
I'm
that's it.
sweating because I'm sweating as a
Yeah,
result of the things you
no,
do.
that's all right.
All right, anything else on the Chiefs? So, with Statidi, you reckon they might not finish as high now, or you still got them kind of top two?
I don't know. I still reckon the rest of the team's pretty like it's obviously a massive loss, and I reckon they'll probably be able to pick up the slack. But I think it definitely takes away a lot of their go forwards, big powerful carrier. Like
Mm,
it will be a um big loss for them, but I reckon they'll probably be sweet. They'll be able to manage
yeah,
with it. Still finishing similar areas to what we predicted earlier.
yeah. I still reckon top four, but I actually don't know if they'll be top two now. I can see Crusaders,
Mm,
Stars, Canes potentially all going past them, but I don't know. I
yeah,
think Satidi's actually such a big loss. Takes so much out. If they were to get like another injury in that loose trio as well, like a Jacobson or something, I think they'd be buggered. So
yeah,
I
yeah.
reckon, I reckon it's massive. Eh? But anyway, I'll
No,
go on to
agree.
Moana Pacifica 23 now for the season.
Lovely.
So yeah, I mean a lot of these
What you
guys
got,
still.
Tanner? What you got for
Yeah,
us?
yeah. So a front row of Abraham Pole, Moley, and Sione Mafaleo's there now. So again, it's nothing special, is it?
Mm.
Locks. I've got a couple in the middle with Alan Craig and Michael Curry, which is quite a hard case when you've got when it's Moana Pacifica.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, and then loose trio is really good. I think this is obviously their strength. Miracle Failangi at six, one of the
yeah.
greats.
One of the great names. Yeah,
Yeah, great
yeah,
player too. Um, Sione Havili at seven, who obviously went from the Crusaders a couple of years ago, and Artie at eight. So yeah, thoughts on the pack?
yeah. Like you say, it's a very interesting makeup of a pack, isn't it? Like you just
Mm.
got gun kind of flankers. Then you got the workhorse. What was the word you used for it? The locks.
I won't refer. Yeah, it just means workhorse. Can't remember what it was
Yeah,
though.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
the workhorse. Yeah, I don't know, slip through. Must be the
yeah,
accent. Um, yeah, and then just kind of a bit the meh front row. Like that's
yeah,
probably not the strongest. But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting forward pack, but it's not doing heaps to me.
yeah. Um, And then to the back line. So 9-10's not going to do a lot for you either, but I think this is the best
Mm,
they've got this year. I've actually
yeah,
gone the Tomatini at 9, obviously, but I've actually gone JGB at 10 over William Havili.
yeah,
I can't stand William Havili. I reckon he's overrated. So overrated. He just does nothing. And I'm not
yeah,
saying JGB, Jason Gardenback, is a great player,
yeah,
but I think
yeah,
he's a little bit better than William Havili. And I've got William Havili on the bench because he can cover fullback in first five. So
yeah.
he's more of a utility on the bench. So yeah, that's why I've done that. Midfield, I've got Julian Severe at 12 and Finay Anisi at 13. So pretty big, powerful midfield, but pretty slow and limited as well. And then a back three of so Danny Twyler at fullback, Lossie Filippo on the right wing, who's obviously gone there. And then the left wing, I've got Kyron Tamoy Falau, the Tasman winger. I don't know if you've seen much of this guy since you've been over in London,
Mm.
but he's an
No,
absolute
not
machine.
particularly. To describe
Yeah.
him to me, paint
Oh,
a
he's
picture.
Oh, he's just he can't he broke through, got quite a lot of game time for them towards the back end of last year. And he starts on the left wing or at fullback for Tasman. He's just rapid. He's like
Yeah.
he's quite a skinny winger, but real agile on his feet. Just he's a gun. It'd be interesting to see if he goes down the path of like playing for. I actually don't even know what Pacific Island he's eligible for.
Mm.
Whether it's Samoa or Tonga, but
Yeah.
whether he tries to make the All Blacks or whether he goes down that path because he's actually a machine. I reckon he could almost crack the All Blacks one day. Um, so yeah, would you change anything with that backline?
I know you touched on it and said that you didn't rate heavily, but I just can't get on board JGB. Unfortunately, like um, the fatty garden Bishop, he doesn't really do it. Him
Mm,
running the cutter does not fill me with any confidence. So I
yeah,
don't know. I'd probably take Havili. At least he's got a good boot on him.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
think that's when you're playing in that team with that forward pack where you're probably going to get dominated most games,
yeah.
relying on Gardner Bishop's boot is a scary, is a
Mm.
scary, yeah, scary scenario to think about.
Yeah, well, he's got like, has he got 100 NPC games yet? So there's some absolute
Mm,
disrespect for one of the greats. But anyway,
yeah.
um,
Oh, there's only a certain type of character that can notch up all those amount of appearances without kicking on at any other level, isn't there?
yeah, yeah. Um, all right,
Respectfully.
and then my bench pretty uneventful. So the Malolo is the reserve hooker, James Lay and Pone Farmasuli. Remember Pone Farmasuli, the
Yeah,
Rebels
from the
prop?
Rebels. Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
plays like a league player. Yeah, he's gone there,
Yeah.
which I'm pretty
He
open
always
to.
does Sui Matangi runs off the back fence
Yeah,
layoff.
yeah, he does it
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
luck stunts and that. Yeah, and then haha, reserve lock Sam Slade. Um, bit of a battler, but he's
Mm.
been around the block. Lotto Anesi is the reserve Lucy. Matavo is the reserve halfback, and then William Pavilion, Pepperson, and Patafilo rounding out their bench. So yeah, Artie
Yeah.
signed good, but it's still hard to get too excited, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I think the expectations are going to have to be pretty, yeah, not to get too far ahead of yourself with that team.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Probably not too much you can change there, unfortunately, for them.
yeah, yeah. A few January transfers maybe.
Exactly, they're
Halfway
going to
through the
have to go to the NBA and blow up some teams, I think, aren't
Yeah, we're not talking about that. We don't talk about
they?
silly rigged comps, man. We only talk about New Zealand, Australia sports comps, the good stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
No, you don't sound too emo at all.
no, all right. You got the Blues on?
Yeah, got the Blues. Starting front row, offer. I've gone for Kurt Eklund just because I can't stand Riccatelli. They
Yeah,
probably will start Riccatelli, but like I just can't stand him. Um, Marcel Renata, Tuipulotu, Sam Derry, gone for the German, Anton Signer at six.
yeah,
Um, New Zealand Rugby's wet dream, Dalton Papali, and then Oscar Tutu to round out the forward pack.
yeah, yeah. Who'd you have? Did you have Sam Derry at lock?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw a report like yesterday or a couple of days ago. It's only just come out that
Mm.
he might have got really badly injured at training, eh?
Well,
Season ender, yeah. So that'll be interesting if that ends up being true because he'll be a
yeah,
huge loss. Because obviously their locks, so those two locks are incredible.
yeah, yeah,
At level especially. So yeah, that'll be a big loss
yeah.
for them. There's so many injuries happening pre-season.
Mm.
So that's the thing. Like a lot of these teams we're putting together, we're trying to include the people like like Ruben Love and that have been ruled out
Yeah,
already. But there's just going
exactly.
to be more and more injuries close to the time. But so yeah, other than that, it's pretty self-explanatory. Like I think we
Yeah.
said with the Blues when we are doing the Super Rugby preview show, they have a lot of All Blacks that aren't that good at international level, but are like
Mm.
pretty bloody good at Super
Solid
Rugby.
at super. Yeah,
And I
yeah,
think, like, for me, I think, like, Offa Tuangafasi and Dalton Papali and even
yeah.
Satutu, these sorts of guys fit into that category where they're, like, elite for the Blues, but they're not great when they play for the All Blacks. So,
For All Blacks. Yeah, yeah.
mm, yeah,
No, great. Backline, the most disgusting halfback, Finlay Christie. Um, then you got fake loyalty, Bowden Barrett at number 10, Caleb Clark 11. Uh, I think at 12 they'll probably go with Lamb again, instead of Plummer with him obviously heading overseas. I think they'll stick with him at 12. Rico 13. Mark Taller, the shit Cade Banks at 14, and Stephen Pettifeta at 15.
yeah. Yeah, so I
Yeah,
think this is where they go in as strong favourites, to be honest, this year in particular. I think it's their back
yeah,
line. I'd go Plummer at 12 because I
yeah.
think just like all three of them on is going to be a nightmare for teams to try and manage.
Mm,
Um, Particularly like the kicking game and the kind of like more unique attacking kind of set piece they can throw at teams and stuff.
Yeah. You reckon
But
they'll
yeah,
do it even with him going overseas though?
yeah, I don't know if it'll worry them, eh? I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Who knows? But I don't think they'll worry too much. Like they'll just be wanting to win the comp again.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be too worried about the All Blacks. So yeah, and Lamb's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, he's got limitations in the midfield still, I reckon. But shit, those wingers,
Yeah, I
wingers,
know.
Greece
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Then on the bench, Stink Ricky Riccatelli, Fusitu'a, Tarvel. I've gone for is it Bear? Is it he said? Um
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
know, like
Is it
everyone.
him or what's the other guy's name? I don't know who they picked. Oh, I've gone for him.
Yeah,
Um then Choate, Funaki, Plummer and Sullivan to round out the bench.
yeah,
Yep.
nice. Yes, obviously. Yes, he's Sullivan's another one. He's someone that should be going to. He should be going to. He should be going to another team because he'd be
Mm,
like. Imagine if he went to the Highlanders, he'd automatically be like the best
exactly.
player, and they'd build the team
Yeah.
around him. And even there's he could go. Yeah, I mean it's hard actually. He should go to the Landers. He'd be a
Yeah.
star. Um,
Yeah.
but even like he could probably.
Moana. You could go to
Yeah,
Moana.
yeah. Yeah. See if Artie can recruit him. Yeah. So
Exactly.
yeah, no, I still have them kind of as the favourites, I think. But
Mm,
a few losses from last year, like Akira Ioane and
yeah.
um, have they lost anyone else actually? Can't remember now. But yeah, I don't know. It's Sam Derry, sorry, if he's injured. So
Yeah.
um, I think see them up there until I guess the injuries, and so it's going to become a comp this year for just which team can stay the healthiest. I think
Mm,
because I think there's so little between like the top 5 or 6 that if you have 5 or 6 starters injured, you're cooked. But if you've got 2 or 3, you might be right. So
yeah.
yeah,
As a wise man once said, you're only one ACL away from a championship, aren't you?
yeah, that's yeah. Who said that?
I don't know, actually, I think it was like Gundy or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
great quote. Um, Alrighty. So yeah, that wraps up the rest of the New Zealand-based Super Rugby sides. We'll do one more squad preview episode over the next few days. That will be the Australian sides and the Fiji and Drua. Yeah.
Mm.
So anything from you before we finish, really?
Yeah, I might round it out with a rugby scenario there for you if that's all right.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's okay.
So the first one,
Oh, sorry. Do you want to give the sponsor? Sorry, we
oh
can
yeah,
obviously.
sorry. Scenario sponsored by Williams Farming and Co. for all your farming needs, wants and needs with grass, cattle, fish, water, anything you need. The boys
Mm,
they can take care of it for you. So the first option is Zach Guilford takes you on a boys trip to Rarotonga, and he's the better behaved one out of the two of you. So that means that you're doing something worse than running through a resort naked, assaulting people. So think about that for your for your career and your reputation.
yeah.
Or you've left New Zealand, and when you come back in, Aaron Smith is a border security guard, and he takes you into a disabled toilet to search you. We all know how he operates in that niche. So yeah, what's your
Okay.
thoughts there?
Well, I thought I had the answer until you gave me the second one. I thought it was going to be anything but the first, but I have
Mm,
to go. I have to go to Zach Guilford boys trip.
mm.
Um, so I hope
What
I.
if
Yeah,
Aaron Smith slides you in after David though?
it's not going to make a difference. I don't need his after David. Yeah, shit. I'll end up. I'll lose my career, job, personality, and everything else, and just
Mm.
have a good week in Rarotonga. I think with the Guildford. Yeah. What would
Okay,
you?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I think Rarotonga sounds great. I don't actually see anything wrong with the situation at all, to be fair. So I think what it does
Yeah,
is it frees up more time for this. Like
yeah.
if you
From the
I
cells.
see it as a win-win. You get a good week in the sun, and then exactly you get unemployed. So yeah, sounds great.
Yeah, and Aaron Smith's a slimy operator too. Like I just wouldn't trust
Mhm.
him. He's just a
No,
slimy operator. Great halfback,
yeah,
but not great
yeah,
in
yeah.
myself. Not a
No,
great
no,
bloke. Yeah.
no, not at all, not at all. Especially
So
not in those areas.
definitely not those areas.
He'd
Um,
have an absolute field day in Roxburgh public toilets, wouldn't
yeah.
he? The
Alrighty.
music in the
So
background. All right, let's wrap
yeah,
that up.
Free sponsorship for Roxburgh there, one of the small
Yeah,
towns. We'll hear from
yeah.
the council shortly. Sweet. So yeah, that wraps it up. We need to end it before anything else gets said. We'll see you on the next one, New Zealand, and yeah, make sure you join in the paid Super Rugby Fantasy Comp if you back yourself and you want to get rich and you got $20 to spare. Cheers.